If you stay to the very end of this training, we're actually gonna be giving away 10 monetized channels completely free.
On this video, since on the last one we focused a lot on the lies he tells, on this one I want to focus on what he teaches during his live training, and we will talk a little bit about more lies, and I will also add one of the biggest lies he tells that is so dishonest I barely can believe he's doing it. So we're 13 minutes into the presentation and we get our first training element. Very simple, he spends 13 minutes on it, even though I can explain it to you now in a few seconds. You can monetize your videos in YouTube as long as you have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of view.
So this magic button works like this. There's an off and on button inside of your YouTube panel, and when you turn it on, guess what? Now you can get paid. And monetization requires two things and two things only. That's number one, 1,000 subscribers. And number two, once you have 4,000 plus hours of watch time, you can now turn on monetization and start getting paid.
Even though this is very simple, it's good to know because when I started using YouTube in 2008, I had a channel with around 1 million views. I never knew that it was possible to monetize it, so I earned zero. So this is actually valuable information, even though it can be explained in 20 seconds. He spends 13 minutes in it. And during these 13 minutes, there are new lies. Lie number 8. He promises that he will be transparent. He tells you he will never sell you a course and tell you is the biggest opportunity in the world, but actually he tells you that it's the biggest opportunity in the world.
Guys, I refuse to be one of those, this is the best opportunity ever, there's nothing else that goes into it other than going to the bank, but I do believe that this is the greatest opportunity of our era.
Lie number 9, and this is the biggest lie of all them all, and I really hate it because it's really deceiving, and he tells you that he will give to you 10 monetized channels if you stay till the end of the training. And this is really bad because since this is a webinar that runs every 15 minutes, you can actually see it every 15 minutes. There's no way they have thousands of monetized channels to give away. So this is a lie, and it's sad because you never know if you were actually between the 10 first that sign up, because he only gives 10 of these channels. So when you get in, you don't get the channel, whatever, I wasn't between the first 10, but it's my fault. Right, so this is a lie and it's very deceiving, and let's see all the times he talks about this lie.
If you stay to the very end of this training, we're actually gonna be giving away 10 monetized channels completely free so that you can start getting paid day one on YouTube. You're gonna learn so much about YouTube. You're gonna wanna get paid day one. So we're giving away 10 monetized channels, but we only have 10. And then, like I said, there's one more catch to that, and that's you have to stay to the very end of this training. If you don't stay, you're no longer eligible. But if you stay to the very end, we're gonna be giving away 10 monetized channels. Like I said in the very beginning, we're actually throwing in an extra fast action bonus. This one's only limited to 10 people. And I'll click the button now before I even tell you what that thing is, because I know people are gonna flock to this one. And that's that we are giving away 10 monetized channels for free. That means a minimum of 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 plus hours of watch time. We're gonna be giving away 10 channels like that. That way you can get paid off the bat, but we can only do that for the first 10 people that join today because there's only so many monetized channels that we have to give away. And these are the channels that we blew up or ones that we bought ourselves, and we're giving away 10 of them for free to the first 10 people that join. So click the button below, make sure you're one of those first 10 people to join because this is a super valuable one. And also, in order to get a free monetized channel, once again, you have to be one of the first 10 people to join. That's just what I have to make sure that you guys still remember. And the reason why we can only give out so many niches is because that's what Devin's allowing us to do. So we're gonna give that to people that join by the time this ends. And the reason we can only give out so many monetized channels is because we only have so many that we can literally give out. They're actual channels that have been built up. Time has gone into that. Money's gone into that. And we want to make sure that you guys can get started, but it's only for the first 10 people. Obviously, number one, the first 10 people that joined YTA Masterclass are going to be getting one for free today. And
then we have a little bit of a technique salesmen use in order to feel relatable. So he tells you that when he was a kid, he was poor. His situation was very difficult. He had no money. He was like you. So you feel related, and that means that if he did it, it means that you can become a millionaire as well, and you get excited, right? But during these 3 minutes where he relates to the audience, of course, there's a lie. And the lie is that he built 15 businesses, and the YTA method alone, so YouTube automation alone, would have saved all these 15 businesses that failed. So this is obviously a lie, because it's impossible that only one parameter, which is actually marketing in this case, defines if a project succeeds or not. There are too many variables, and it can be only this. It's kind of an exaggeration of what a YouTube channel can actually do, and in particular YouTube automation can actually do. So this is kind of misleading.
It would have saved me those 15 failures. If I'd had this business model up front, even with the no money that I had to start, even with so little experience, even with not even really knowing how to use a laptop, even with all that stuff, this business model would have saved me those 15 failures. And I could have gotten it working off the bat. And you may be saying, well, Caleb, that's a bold claim.
So after being relatable and all that, he spends another 2 minutes hyping the YTA without giving you any information about what it is. He repeats the ideas over and over again about the fact that you don't need any money and don't need any skill, any equipment, nothing. And after that, he talks about the old way, because the YTA is the new way of doing YouTube. The old way was actually what I'm doing now, which is recording myself, making content that is original and all that stuff. He basically destroys the old way in 2 minutes, even though the old way is actually what creates the best content and the more valuable content and the more original content. So you shouldn't destroy it. After that, he spends 4 minutes presenting Devon, who is the actual expert on the YTA method. And after that, he spends another 4 minutes hyping the YTA again, telling you that you don't need money, you don't need nothing, anyone can do it. During this new hype time, he says something that is another red flag. He talks about other people's schemes to earn money online quickly. And he tries to make you believe that he's too smart and his mentors are too smart for him to fall into a scheme. So he tells you, I'm not falling into this scheme because I know too much. So this is not a scheme, right? That's another red flag for me.
Is they would always try to pitch me these passive income opportunities. And truthfully, they were all literally schemes that other people would fall for. But luckily for me, because of the business mentors I had, I was able to see their massive flaws and could literally poke holes in them left and right.
So after all this, he spends around 7 minutes to explain to you what is teaching number 2. So we get a new teaching moment, which is only one very simple concept. Every YouTube video is a source of income. That's it. I just explained in 5 seconds what he explains in 7 minutes, because he's a lot of hype.
When someone watches your video, you get paid, and it does not matter when. Now guys, this is literally...
We have our second teaching already, and he starts hyping and hyping and hyping again, without giving much information. He gives you a lot of rare cases where people earn $5,000 in like the first 10 days, which is very difficult to achieve.
And he said, even here, he said, the numbers weren't crazy yet, but we're getting there. That's 28,000 views. This is another one of his students. He has 216,000 impressions, less than 1 month in.
I don't know if these cases are real or not, but I don't say it's impossible. But he also provides a financial model that is just too different compared to the real business cases that he provides, in which he tells you that you can earn $2,000 per month, which is not too crazy, but that requires around 50,000 views per day. And you need at least one semi-viral video for that. It's not easy. So this is difficult to achieve, really.
So let's imagine month 1, you lose $407. But let's go to month 2. You keep it going because you understand that every single video you upload compounds. And let's say month 2, you make $2,243. This is literally in 1 week into his channel. He already has 1.4 million views. Not even in that week. In just 48 hours inside of the time span of that 1 week. A 48-hour time span. He has 1.4 million views 1 week into his channel. Here's another new channel he added to the network. 2.6 million views, all getting started. Look at this. He made $4,690 in less than 10 days.
In a way, since he only gives rare cases and he doesn't provide anything related like statistical, it's difficult for me to believe his financial model. I think the financial model is just made up in order for you to see something, but it's not very believable in my opinion. So, in the beginning of this webinar, he tells you that he's going to introduce you to a guy who is the inventor of this YTA method, who is Davon. And he shows up for 40 seconds just to show an example of a client he has with a lot of views during the first few days of working with him. And that's it. We never see Davon again during the whole webinar. After that, he spends another 4 minutes hyping and hyping and hyping without giving any information and telling you again that this method is for anyone and you don't need any money, any experience, any equipment. So after 1 hour of webinar, we actually finally see the first hint of what the YTA method is.
OPC is just a simple acronym that stands for one simple thing, and that's other people's channels.
And the idea is that you need to copy model what other people who are famous and have a lot of views do, model it, doing a very similar thumbnail with a very similar title and very similar length of the video.
And you do that by number 1, going to the search bar and typing in your niche's keywords. It's going to drop down all these different options of how you can search through videos. As I go to the sort by, and I click on that thing called view count, and I make sure that I'm searching by the most viewed videos. But I also don't just want to have the most viewed videos. I want to do the most viewed videos that are the most recent. That way I have an even better chance of going viral. What I did is I modeled it. And if you model it, how could you possibly not get views?
That makes sense. That's probably true. But what the OPC is just that. It tells you also that the video quality doesn't matter because once a viewer gets into your video, you already earned the money. Which is not really true because you can put advertisements in between the video, not only in the beginning, and you earn more money if the video is better because people will see it until the end. That's something that shows you that he's either lying or he doesn't know or he's just hiding the information in order for you to be more enthusiastic about it. And now comes teaching number 4, which is that you should hire people overseas in order for them to make or edit your videos. So I don't know what he really expects for us to think what a YTA video looks like if you're spending $30 in it.
Your team can actually produce viral quality videos that make you a lot of money for as low as $30.
He tells you that you can find people for $3 per hour. This is true, they're rare, and generally the quality is extremely bad. But $30 means 10 hours of work, which makes sense to me. So if you find these guys, you can do that. Generally, you can find for 5-6 hours. You could have a low quality video for that, and you actually could make this happen. So this is teaching number 4, and it's actually the last teaching you get in the whole webinar.